bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch, one.
And hello, we're live.
Woohoo!
What you
Finally
eating?
back on after I don't even know when the last time I was on. It was was it before Texas? I think.
Oh yeah, dude, because you weren't on the last one, so it was our
No.
last one that we did before. Our 4-week hiatus. It's been like
I
5 weeks.
know.
Crazy. That's insane. Well,
I
welcome
know.
back. It may just be you and I, but that's okay. We can kind of run it for as long as we can, and
Yeah.
see how it goes. But I
Yeah.
swear, this hairstyle on you, this just looks like you're supposed to look like
Thanks.
this. I feel like
I feel like it's a little bit to get used to for me, because I just see it and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? I'm still kind of feeling it out, but I definitely like it.
Yeah, good.
I've felt like the last couple times I've gone there, I've mentioned getting bangs, and my hair girl, she's amazing, but she's always a little bit more wanting to play it safe, kind of are you sure you're gonna style them? Are you she knows how much I work out and everything, and I don't tend to style my hair very much, so I'm oh, you're probably right, I'm really probably not gonna keep up with it like I should. But I've thought about it so many times that I'm let's just freaking do it. I mean, my hair grows really fast too, so I was if I hate it, I promise it's fine. It's gonna grow out in a month. So
exactly.
these small ones would probably get to this length in a month. I'm not even kidding.
Jealous. I wish I could be long or that fast.
So I think I'm gonna have to if I want to keep them, I'll have to go and get them trimmed.
Yeah, of course.
However,
yeah. I know for me, I mean, I will say that's a really good hairdresser. If your hairdresser is willing to be Alyssa, I know you and I know you don't do this and you want it to look a certain way, but if you're not gonna put the work in, it's not gonna look like that.
Exactly.
That's a really good hairdresser. So good on her for kind of pointing that and stuff. But
she's like that with color too. She's your hair's really dark, you're wanting this color, it's not gonna look like that picture on you. You know what I mean? So she's
That's super good, especially in this day and age where I feel like going to the salon can cost so much. She could easily be oh yeah, let's go, do this blonde or whatever, and you can spend these hundreds of dollars on your hair and then you end up hating it.
Yep.
That's really good to kind of have that in your corner. Because I mean, I don't know, I feel like we all go through these phases as women where we're just screw it. I just want to do this. I want to do something crazy or something fun with my hair. I can't tell you how many times I'm going through that currently, and I want to add.
Are you? What do you want to do?
I just want to put some color in it or something. I do love just the kind of just natural and nothing crazy, but I've also been the person obviously to I've gone to extremes and I've done the black and I've done red and stuff, and I just feel I've been so long without something, so I feel it's almost my skin's itching to do something,
Yeah, but it's wait, I can't remember. You have tattoos, right?
Yeah, just a few, not a whole lot, but just kind of someone sprinkled here and there.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel it might be similar to that, where when somebody's just I just need something new, I need a new tattoo or a new piercing or whatever. It's kind of like that with hair too.
You're speaking my language for sure, because I work tall, so I have this tattoo, I think under this one. No, under this one. I have this tattoo here, and then I've got this here, and then I've got this one here, and they were all this kind of like this like sets of tattoos that I got on just like a whim, and it was literally, I honestly can't even tell you. It was definitely something that like, fuck this guy, or like, fuck the situation, whatever it was. I was in the gym, and I was like, fuck it. Afterwards, I'm going to get these tattoos. It was just like I don't know, just impulsive, like, would I get them again? Probably not. But it also was just, for me, it's like, I don't know, this was obviously a time where I felt like I needed some sort of physical pain to get over my emotional pain. And like, that's just like what came out of it. So is what it is. But
it's like at the time, if that's what you needed, then cool. I was just going to say it served its purpose. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I want to do like, especially like going into fall, like maybe do some like balayage, like red, or like like cranberry tone or something. Maybe not like red, but like a nice cranberry.
That would look nice on you.
I thought maybe perhaps.
But
we'll
I like it.
I work with a girl actually who she does like 50 million things. It's crazy. She'll like work like this day job, and then she'll go work at like Marshall's or TJ Maxx or something part-time, but then she's also like done hair for years, so like she does hair and makeup and stuff for women, like she does all these different things. But she's been kind of like recently helping me just like with this, getting my hair back to like, a solid place, and frizzy, and like trimming it periodically so it doesn't like overgrow and get split ends and everything. And that's been like really helpful. And she's like, again, like super sweet, and has like passed along these products that she knows works really well just for like, frizz and whatever. But I know like I'm going to go to her and be like, so this is what I want to do now. And she's gonna be like, Cheyenne.
Yeah. She's going to be like, we just worked to get your hair to this like great spot.
Yeah, exactly. But she understands too. She's definitely like, just like loves like the fun stuff. So hopefully I can convince her to put some little pops of color in here.
Yeah. That would be cool. That'd be nice.
Something really freaking gross. Not even gross, but like, it's definitely a sty. But I have like this.
Oh, I kind of see it. I see it.
It's so bad. Like it literally.
Is your eye like all red around there too?
Oh yeah.
I see that. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's like super swollen. And I don't know what I did. I literally just like woke up, and I don't know. Have you ever had a sty?
No, I actually haven't. I don't know how, but yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know if it's like hair follicles or something, or if it's like an actual just like kind of bacterial infection or something.
Yeah.
But I just woke up one morning, and like you just get this like, and I like it when you've had them. You like it's definitely coming in again. But it's like this like pressure kind of build up behind your eye. I woke up with it the other morning, and I was just like, and then there was like so many things wrong with me. Like in a 24-hour period, I got really. So the morning after, so this would have been yesterday morning. So Friday is like when this happened. And then yesterday we had like these plans to like go hang out with these friends that Michael hadn't seen for a while, and meet up with them for like a brunch and do like coffee and stuff. And then we had a friend who hosts like a yearly craw boil. So like actual like get crawfish and alligator and stuff from Louisiana. Does this whole thing, and it's really awesome.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That morning I woke up feeling just like super just like off, and like my stomach didn't feel right. And then again, just like a weird bout of like, I just had to like, I just like threw up, and like after it was okay, but like it was, I don't know, it was very weird because it wasn't, I couldn't really like pinpoint it to anything, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like, oh, I took my supplements on an empty stomach or something, or any like random things like that, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. And I got sick, and I felt fine afterwards, but I still had like a headache, and my period fucking started the same day. So I was just like,
oh no. It was just everything, literally.
And it was just
that's the worst.
A long week too. And I was like so looking forward to the weekend, and it started that way. And it's like, this is fucking gross. This sucks.
Yeah.
What are the next?
Well, because do you have off tomorrow from work?
Yes,
for Labor Day? Yeah, me too.
So that'll be
super. I'm so happy about that. I really need that. And like Ben and I never really get to train much together. So like I'm actually gonna get to go to the gym with him tomorrow. So I'm pumped. Yeah, because like he especially with him being in prep, like tries to get it done.
Of course.
before, sometime at least like early afternoon or something like that, just so it's out of the way. And I'm always working, so I don't usually get to go with him. So I am excited. But yeah, that's really all we're doing for Labor Day. Working out, and he's napping right now. He's like a sleepy guy. He's doing Florida Pro on Saturday. Cool. So that's like a week out. Yeah.
Cool. You're in Florida.
It's in Sarasota.
So that's like how long away?
It's not far from us. It's a little bit further south than Tampa. So it's from us where we live, it's about an hour and 45.
Not bad at all.
Close to 2 minutes or close to 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. One of those things where I'm sure it's like, why not do it? You know what I mean? Especially if he wants to have like another good run at doing classic. Because obviously, I'm sure. Was he planning on doing 3 shows? Obviously, not having had the situation happen in Texas.
I know the Texas thing was wild. So, okay, so we knew Texas had he been able to compete in classic before the whole like hiding thing happened. We knew that was going to be a tougher show because typically like Tampa, Texas, those are like more kind of stacked shows usually. So, and like his goal this year was to qualify for the Olympia, so we were like, well, Texas might not be your show to qualify just because we know how that show is. But then we were like, well, if we don't qualify in Texas, then do Atlanta. And hopefully that'll be the one. And then obviously that wasn't the one. So now we're trying for Florida. So that was always the plan, those 3.
If needed.
If needed. We were kind of hoping like he wouldn't need to do Florida. But at this point he's pretty tired. And we also, well, I don't want to say we know for sure, but pretty much know just based off of posts that Logan Franklin is doing this show. I know.
Love that.
I know. So he's we're like, well, I hate to say this, but like it's like Logan Franklin's doing it, so it's kind of like
I know, but like that's the thing, right? You have to be realistic and be able to adjust your expectations accordingly.
Exactly.
Especially knowing who's going to show up,
Right. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah.
How are you doing Atlanta again?
He got 10th. So I think there was like 19 guys or something like that. So he did well. He like got in the top 10. He got to do his routine and everything, which is nice because that's always, whenever I was doing women's physique, I was like, if I am able to do my routine, like I'm happy.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, definitely it's cool that like it's been able to be set out in a way that like it's not like these shows have been like super, super far, you know what I mean? And having this like kind of third show being your backyard, I'm sure kind of takes a little bit of stress, at least off of like the traveling portion and stuff. And time off work and everything and all of that.
Yeah. And he wasn't like super happy with his Atlanta look. So I think like it was just weird. Coming from Texas, what happened in Texas was like stressful.
Can we pause real quick just because I know you and I know very well what happened in Texas because we were both there living it. But do you kind of want to break down what happened in Texas with Ben?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to pretend like I know the exact heights here for classic because I don't know the exacts. But basically what happened was last year, Ben competed in the Hurricane, I think it's the Hurricane Classic, which is in St. Pete. That was his pro debut. He got 3rd there. And they heighted him at 6 foot something. It's like 6 feet and somewhat inches or something. So that height allows him to be 234 pounds to weigh in at. So knowing that that's what he had been heighted at for that pro show, and he was also heighted at that for his 2 amateur shows that year, last year, before his pro show. Right. So he was heighted that for his qualifier and then at Junior USAs as well. So 3 times last year he got this like 6 foot something height, which would, like I said, allow him to be 234 pounds. So we kind of assumed that he would get that height when he did Texas. So when he woke up the morning of check-ins for Texas, he weighed 229 pounds. The height that is below what, you know, Ben typically heights at allows you to be 227 pounds. Sure. So we, like I said, assumed he was going to be able to be 234. So when he woke up at 229, we're like, him and Tim, you know, our coach Tim started, you know, that was a good place to be. We had room to start eating and filling out a little bit if we could be 234. So when we went for check-ins, he was heighted below whatever the 6 foot, you know, something inches was. They heighted him a few different times. He, you know, stretched. He did whatever you can do in that small amount of time to try to, you know, get the height that you need. And it just wasn't happening. There's apparently like a few different things that could be the case in heighting, like, you know, the tools, like the measuring tools, like the sticks they all measured a little bit differently also, because they tried a few different ones. Sure. So it could be like the measuring system. It could also be, I guess, like when you're really lean, you lose some like fluid out of your feet and stuff. Yeah, your spinal column, your feet, like you, So there's a few different reasons why you could like lose a few inches. But yeah, so we didn't have enough time basically once they heighted him at that shorter height for him to come from, I think it was, they were weighing him in at like 231 or something. Or it was 231 and a half, I think. It was like close to 5 pounds he would have had to lose. In like how many? In like very short period of time. Yeah. So it just wasn't safe to try to do that. So we just did open bodybuilding for Texas. And Chey and Michael got us some posing or some bodybuilding trunks for him to use to be able to do that. So it was a big ordeal.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, and I know you said it on, you know, several posts and everything like that. How he handled that, though, really is a testament to his character and being like a really good sport and, you know, showing the judges that, hey, I didn't crash out and, you know what I mean, completely, you know, go bonkers over it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, probably, you know, a competitor could have done, you know, like, you just spend all this time, all these months. He obviously looked the best he's ever looked. You know, he put on the size, and he was actually, I think, even leaner than he was at his pro debut last year. So it's like, look was really like, you know, obviously, like, we did it. You know what I mean? We got to where we needed to get, and then something like that can just be so devastating. And
it really is. I was like devastated. I'm not even the one competing, and like I just felt sick because I was back there watching them height him, and like they just kept saying like, no, like you're not making it. And I was like, oh, I physically just felt
of course
sick for him. Yeah. But he handled it really well. Like he didn't, you know, he did let them know like, hey, like I heighted this at my pro debut last year. Is that recorded anywhere? You know, anything like that. He tried to bring up a few things, but like in a very polite way. And when they kind of like said they can't, it doesn't matter, you know, they can't like use that or whatever. He just went with it. He was really good with it. So yeah.
And because I know, like, obviously this kind of brought up some conversation in the industry and things like that. And, why aren't there, standard, why isn't when someone turns pro, like, why is their height not recorded and that's their height through their career or something? And I think that just kind of brought out a little bit more in like the rule book and whatnot. And apparently, I think we all kind of came to find out that, after your 3 pro shows or something like that, like 3 shows that you've competed in that division, they will take those heights. And I think, is it like an average of them or
it's
something like that? I imagine.
I don't know. I'll be honest. So Tim, our coach, he emailed, he talked to Tim Gardner, and then Tim had him send an email to, I'm not even sure who, but like a few other people so that they can like try to really nail down what is going on. So I'll keep you updated once we find out a little bit more. So I'm not sure if it's an average or just like your best of 3. Yeah. So I know for sure that he heighted at the 6 foot whatever for Hurricane. He heighted in Atlanta. So this is the funny part.
I'm curious.
He got his height in Atlanta to where he could be the 234. And literally the weekend before, he didn't make that height. So there's 2 where he got the 6 foot,
right?
Whatever. So we're not sure if, because that's already basically the best of 3. You know what I mean?
I wonder because, I would argue I didn't compete in Classic at Texas, so you can't use that height. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't, there was no height requirement for bodybuilding, and I didn't actually compete under Classic. So I would argue
I don't feel like that height matters since he didn't compete, but it's like for Florida coming up, I'm guessing just because this would be technically the 3rd show, like that they're going to make him height, but technically he already got his 2 best. You know what I mean? So this one shouldn't matter.
Right.
But they're going to go for 227 for this one, just in case.
Just in case. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I imagine, obviously check-ins the day beforehand so that you'd still have time reasonably to come out and put on a bit more if you had to, hopefully without spilling over or anything. But
it's actually a better scenario because so check-ins is on Thursday and he competes Saturday. So it's good. He'll have more time.
Okay. Good game plan.
Yeah. Good game plan. So that's the plan. But yeah, I think for Atlanta, it was just a little bit because of now you guys know what happened in Texas. They filled him out a little bit harder than they would have for open bodybuilding. Just so, we knew he wasn't going to like place and open, but just to make him look and feel like okay up there with these other like guys.
Not that Ben isn't big, he's a 6 foot, 230 pound lean guy, he see him in part, like you're a big freaking dude, but then you stand on stage with these guys that have, they're 5'8", 5'9", and 240, 50 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to kind of stand there. But I don't think he looked, super out of place. Obviously, standing up there, it's like okay, maybe like the legs could come up a little bit more and things like that. And like that's not his goal. At least not right now. Compete in the open, but I think he brought a very respectable look to that stage. Obviously, the situation and the scenario and everything, and. Again, I commend him so much for just the attitude that he had about it and on with his prep, you know what I mean? And just saying like, fuck that. Like, I'm going to go on to do these other 2 shows, 1 show, 2 shows. And I'm going to finish out my season strong. So I think that's really, that's the important thing from this.
Yeah. That's kind of what this last show is about, is just like being able to get the look that he wanted. Cause like Texas wasn't the look he wanted because they tried to get him a little fuller for open. And then Atlanta, I think just going straight from Texas, basically a couple days later to like going right to Atlanta. I feel like, I don't know, the look was just like a little more stressed. Like there just wasn't enough time to like get everything freshened up, I guess. So we're hoping because this one's like so much closer. He had now like 3 weeks in between the shows.
Yes.
and then he has that whole day in between check-ins and competing, that it's going to just be the look that he's been wanting to show like this entire year. So
I think it definitely, I mean, just with everything that you just said, like, I feel like that's really setting him up for a really good look for this show. And then absolutely, like with Atlanta, like I'm sure also part of him was just like, what if this happens again? You know what I mean? Like, and we're back at, you know, the same situation and scenario. So I'm sure there's like a little bit of PTSD there. And yeah, absolutely. Like, even if just like, we know like those thoughts alone, especially when like you're that lean, like that stress can cause, you know, water retention. It can cause just like bloating, like you're not responding to the food that you're eating. Like it definitely can play a huge role in all of that. So no, I think
stress is huge. It's huge.
Good vibes going to this week.
Yes. Thank you.
Great. I'm excited for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's just like such. Huh?
I said, so what else? What else is going on with you or Michael? I don't know.
Oh, well, I guess actually I shared it on the last podcast that you weren't on. That's a little switch up for me in work, which is really exciting. So
really?
I'm cutting back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday at my regular job. And then Tuesday and Thursdays, I'm going to be apprenticing with the woman that does my suits, Crystal Bikinis.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, super excited.
Love that. So are you gonna be learning how to like make the suits or
so pretty much like kind of partner on with her and help her out with her bids. You know, she's been doing, actually I keep forgetting to ask her how long she's been doing this for, but like a long time. Like it's been just her solo running this company, making the suits and everything. And she's really like grown over the last few years, and at the point now where she's sending suits out across the world, you know, and you know, getting orders, just the local Maine orders, you know. So she's done incredibly well for herself. But, you know, of course, getting to the point where just workload is a lot. You know, she's working by herself, you know, 60-hour weeks, and really only has time to put into the orders that she gets. So like she's making suits to order and stuff. So not obviously a whole lot of time to kind of spend time with family, to kind of focus on some other like side projects that she's wanted to work on, like making ready-made suits to put them on her Etsy and stuff like that. So it's kind of been like a long time coming. She's kind of mentioned like, I'm trying to find help to do this, and it kind of sparked an interest, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to make it work, but I'm such a big believer in things that like, if it's calling to you, like there's a reason, and like, you'll make it work and you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I'm to a fault sometimes. I'm definitely like a jump first, figure it out later kind of girl. Which put me in the best situation sometimes, but I don't know. That's literally just kind of like how I ran my adult life, and it's worked out this far. So
why change it now?
Exactly, right. So I'll actually be starting that since this week is a short week with my main job. I'm going to finish out a full week there. So starting the week of the 8th. I'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays with her. And just really learning how to do the whole thing. I've always like, design has always been like an interest of mine. So like anything that has to do with like colors or fashion, makeup, like that kind of stuff, I've always been super into. And I do feel like now with like the experience I've had in my job, just with like, you know, kitchen design and countertops and like helping people figure out, you know, colors and stuff like that. Like I do feel in tune with just like color palettes and everything. And I mean, my biggest thing is going to be like, I mean, obviously she'll lay it out and show me how to do it, but like taking someone's measurements and then like, how does that transpire into cutting out these little triangles of fabric, you know, and piecing them together and making them look like at least like the base of the suit, you know what I mean? Without the and everything, like getting to like the base, just like structure of the suit and stuff like that. So that'll be really fascinating to learn, but I've never really had extensive like sewing, you know what I mean? Sewing background or anything. The basics of like my dad taught me how to sew buttons on, or, you know, like I know how to sew something up really quick if I had to, or I've actually done quilts, you know, back in like home school when we had like a home ec class or something like that. So not completely, you know, out of the loop, but it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting.
So. That's exciting. Oh, I like it. And then it like puts you more into the industry, you know, and that's like, I feel like, I mean, at least for Ben and I, that's kind of like the goal is to like somehow, even beyond like us competing, like whenever those years are done, like still somehow like be able to be involved. So that's like just putting you in a position to have that, you know. So
absolutely. And I mean, obviously, much like, you know, Michael and I, you know, coaching's one thing, and that's been like really nice, and, you know, a nice little supplemental income. But then it's also like there are months where it's pretty slow, you know what I mean? And, you know, trying to get sign on, you know, isn't always the easiest thing. And I'm also not super great with putting myself out there and advertising and marketing and stuff like that, which I'm trying to like put more efforts into. But this definitely will kind of feel like going into the direction of, I mean, I have the goal of, you know, I would say like at the longest by the end of next year being completely done with like my regular job and doing coaching. And ideally this like the suit situation ends up being pretty lucrative too. But I mean, after just like talking with her and stuff and figuring out like a good schedule and kind of just picking her brain about this, you know what I mean? And like, where do you see this kind of going for yourself? And it seems like a really good fit. And obviously I've had a relationship with her over the last, you know, however many years now. And pretty much with like going up to our house and like hanging out for the day and like learning all this stuff. And it's nice because I can bring Deuce with me on Tuesdays and Thursdays too. So that'll be nice. Dogs and a really nice property that you can just kind of go and hang out at. So
that's perfect.
I'm really excited. So if you need a new practice suit or anything like that I can practice making.
That's true. You'll need some practice. So
absolutely. So see, like, for me, like that's kind of like the biggest new news. School just started for Quinn this past week. So that's been kind of nice and not nice because it obviously has been our help with Deuce this summer. So it's now trying to finagle that again and figure that out again. But so he's back in school and that seems to be going well so far. And he likes his teacher and everything like that. So that's always good. For now, until she like cracks the whip on something or, you know.
and then suddenly she's the evil teacher.
There were teachers that I thought like had it out for me or just like mean for no reason. And it's like, if you don't like kids or you don't like doing this, like don't be a freaking teacher.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, sometimes it's not the kids. Like sometimes the teacher really is an issue.
Yeah. But then on like too, there's been like I don't know, just like the whole like school, like it's just so different. You know what I mean? Like it's just so different from how I imagine like our parents dealt with us in school. Like any little minor thing, like I'm talking, I actually just had this conversation with a friend and she was pretty much like my kid, like to nobody outside, was just outside at recess, had a rock and kind of like flung it somewhere or something like that. Nobody was even in the vicinity. It was like out in the field or something like that. And she got home. And she got called. And I'm like, and like similar situations have happened to me where it's like, it's really not like, is it really like that serious to get like a parent involved? You know what I mean? Like, aren't you guys and like certified to handle these sort of situations and stuff? And as a parent, like it really makes you feel like, do I have like the fucked up kid? You know what I mean? Like, do I have a kid instantly like messing up and like and of course they can't tell you like, oh, hey, it's okay. Like I just called like Susie and Johnny's parents too over the same thing yesterday, you know, like they don't give you that insight. Obviously they can't, but it's been like really like, I don't know. I don't know if it is I think it's just like an overcorrection thing, much like with everything now, you know, like parents wanting to be more involved in school and stuff like that and wanting to kind of know more what's being taught, what's going on, which is safe and that's good. And I encourage that, you know what I mean? We should obviously know what our kids are being taught in school, but like it's almost not to the point where it's like, I don't need to know everything. Like, I don't want to know everything. You know what I mean? Like, as bad as that sounds, like, I don't care to know everything that my 11-year-old boy son is, you know what I mean? Like, is up to, or like everything about his life. Like, I know the important stuff. I know how he's doing, I know how school's going. I know how your grades are and everything like that. As long as you're happy and you've got your friends and stuff like that, like, I'm good. You know, I don't need to know that you gave a little back talk to the teacher. The teacher handles it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it was when we were in school, you know, like, well, you can go take a, 5 minutes to the wall by yourself. Like,
yes. Yeah. Yeah, but then that's true. That's true. I don't remember in school, like I think my parent got called like once, literally ever. And it was for like an actual kind of like altercation with like a couple of friends. You know what I mean? Like we like a physical like altercation. I was in elementary school. We were just being stupid. But like, yeah, I mean, that's literally it. I don't remember ever getting in much trouble, for just saying something stupid or talking or whatever.
Like, you just get told like, hey, that's not what we do, that's not what we say, that's not respectful or whatever, and then you move on, like and then like whatever, like parent teacher conferences, like sure, fill me in on like some things that have been going on or whatever, so we can address it at home. But like I get it, like on the same side or different side of the same coin, like I'm sure these teachers are terrified. You know what I mean? Like any sort of little tiny wrongdoing or something that one parent doesn't agree with, and all of a sudden, like the school is getting looked at through what I mean? Like a magnifying glass.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking, why they feel like they might need to fill you guys in on like every single thing, just because if they don't, then maybe there's a parent out there that's like, well, why didn't I hear about this?
Yeah. There always is, there always is, but just makes it hard for us parents out here that are just like, I'm good with you doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like whatever, as long as you're not like beating my kid or whatever, like not even like on the hand or something. You know what I mean? Like if you freaking like your kid, like whatever, like, I don't know. I didn't sign up to be a teacher for a reason, so you did. So do the job, sort of deal.
Yeah. Yep. I get that. That's crazy.
Just things to think about, as you look into this baby.
I know. As I look into this, pursuit of having a child.
Yeah, we actually
it's scary.
But like, and then like it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like that's what's so sad is like, especially these parents and these women that like want to be mothers and want to have a child. Like obviously I'm sure every parent thinks about like pros and cons of us having a child right now, but it's like it shouldn't be like I don't know where the world's going to be in 5 years. Like I don't know what we're going to be up against in the next 5 years, or hey, cost of living's gone up so much, but my pay hasn't really gone up so much. Can I afford to have a child? Like
exactly.
There's a container, and diapers haven't gotten any more cheap. You know what I mean? So it sucks that you have to really consider these things. And then like they're trying to push us to have children. Apparently this is I want to do like some more like actual like research into it and like look at the actual statistics and whatnot, but I've just been hearing that this is the first time, or like one of the first times in like a really, really long time, where there's been like a steady decline in women having children. And it just seems like our generation of adults just like aren't having it. You know what I mean? And like for obvious reasons, just some of the few that I just listed. But
I could see that too. And I feel like either not having children or waiting until a lot later, like me. Like I'm 37 and just now like starting to think about it. So I just and I think that's a lot more normal nowadays too.
Oh, for sure. Way later in life. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, because I think it's kind of because like we're told, like at least it was drilled into me, you go to school, then you graduate high school, then you go to college, and then you get your career, and then you do this whole like process. And it's like kind of like by the time you get all that stuff done and the pressure to do that, I mean, you're already like late 20s. If you start right away, that's like if you start right away. So, I mean, yeah. And then there's like finding somebody that you want to have kids with. Like, it's not that easy.
That's the first.
It took me this long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I think women are just being a little more, they have bigger goals, I guess, like in terms of like education, career, and then maybe are being a little more selective of like, who do I even want to have a kid with? You know,
absolutely. Want to make sure you get good genes.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody like worth having a kid with. So I don't know. But
it's been interesting. So he just entered 6th grade, which is even crazier. So for us here, well, I don't even want to say up here, because when I went to school, it was K through 5, and that was elementary school. And then you had 6 through 8 middle school, and then obviously 9 through 12 high school.
Yeah.
But they're just, I don't know if it's just like a town thing or like a population of a town thing or what. But for Quinn, this school is K through 6, and then 7 and 8 is middle school, and then 9 through 12 is high school. I find interesting, but
yeah, that is kind of weird.
Because I don't know. I don't think, especially because there's no, well, I guess I think they have like floors, like different floors for like grades and stuff like that. So they're pretty separated. But I don't know, in my head, thinking of like a 6th grader with like 1st or 2nd graders, you know what I mean? Like that just seems very, very
a little weird. That's a big age difference. Yeah,
for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just every single year, I feel like we get to this point, and I'm just like, how are you in 5th grade? How are you in 6th grade? And then I'm gonna blink. He's gonna be in high school, and it's gonna be insane.
You said something, I think, in the group chat. It wasn't super recent, but it was something about. Oh, I remember. Maybe it was on a podcast. Because you were talking about you and Michael not wanting or not planning on like having any more kids. And you were saying like, yeah, Quinn's going to be 18 in like 7 years. And that just sounds crazy.
How insane is that?
Like, 7 years. Yeah, it seems like a long time, but it's not. Like you'll have like an adult in 7 years. That's insane.
Yeah. It's scary. It's terrifying. Like, it's just like, like even so you're 11 now, in like 4 years, we'll be looking at getting your permit to drive a car. Like, I don't,
like, no,
I can't, I quite literally cannot like wrap my head around being the mom to like a 15-year-old boy, like, am I going to be able to survive this? Am I going to be okay with this?
It does. It seems so weird because you're also like young. You know what I mean? So it's like you're figuring out like life, and then yet you're gonna have this like 15-year-old like driving a car
that I'm gonna have to help figure out life too. So
it's crazy.
Two babies figure it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
And like that played a role absolutely, just in obviously considering like, are we really in a place where we want to have a child, or is it just the obviously like the sentimental value and like the just like idea of coming together, making a child, it's half you, half me. That's just kind of the norm, or like what we feel like we're meant to do. We've got the house, we've got the dog, you know what I mean? Like it felt like just naturally the next step. But just thinking about like, okay, so like if we start, it's like if things like clicked and like happened right now, like this baby wouldn't be coming out until like spring, summer next year, so I'll be 31, Quinn will be 12. Like now I'm starting the clock back by 12 years, like, or like another 18 years essentially, like, it's whatever. It can be selfish. It's not like I'm, you know what I mean? I've got the baby here now, but like, I can't, especially not having the ability or like the time in like my young 20s to like figure things out and like travel and do all of that, like thinking about like giving that up again, you know what I mean? Just kind of felt a little, I don't know, like I was taking up like a little bit of myself away, you know, like I would be, my identity would be mom, you know what I mean? Like obviously I've got like the bodybuilding side and stuff too, but like I know for me, like that's just not all I am and not all I want to be. And yeah, it's, you know, I'll be 38 when Quinn's graduated, and that obviously doesn't necessarily mean like he's out of my life. All right, bye. Like I'm gonna go be my own person now. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna push for him to like go to college and, you know, go out and explore out and, you know, kind of do the things that I didn't, which was stay at home in Maine and try to go to a college in Maine. Like leave, go somewhere, go see somewhere new, you know?
Yeah.
And then the plan from there is hopefully to move out of Maine, even if like just temporarily. So I don't know if we would sell the house or if we would rent. I think honestly, like renting is probably a really good idea just because we're in a really nice area. And this Auburn Lewiston where we are seems to be pretty up and coming. And people are kind of flocking away from Portland, which is like the big, you know, where everybody kind of comes to Maine to go to. And then, just like trying to, again, even if it's like experiencing somewhere new for like a year, just like living somewhere different and like just, again, traveling and seeing new places and stuff. And obviously a little bit here and there throughout the next like 5, 6, 7 years. But yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Exciting, but
I like that plan. That sounds good. Yeah, there's definitely part of me, and I've like talked to Ben about it, about like, I definitely don't want to just feel like mom is like all I am. You know what I mean? Because you see that happen a lot. Like
a lot.
People like lose themselves and that they don't take care of themselves. They're just a mom, just a mom. You know what I mean? And like they don't have any goals for themselves. And it's like like I said, I've talked to Ben about it. I'm like, I cannot have that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that, like, because there are definitely moms out there that love being moms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they would have 10 kids. You know what I mean? Like, they love being a mom. They love doing the mom things. And, like, that's beautiful. And that's amazing. I just definitely don't think that's every woman, you know? Obviously it's not. Everybody's different. And, I definitely think for every woman, like, it's a very important thing to think about. And, like, it's so hard, too, right? Because, like, obviously, and I say this like time and time and again, like I would never change things. I love Quinn and I love being his mom. But I'm just a really selfish person. Like I'm selfish with my time. I'm selfish with the things that I like, what I like to do and stuff. And, you know, I didn't get to realize that until now. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that obviously, again, plays a very big role in like Michael's and in my decision. But I just don't think that's obviously like not fair. You know what I mean? To like bring a child into this world just because it's the right thing to do or it's the next thing to do. But then like now I'm not really like, my heart's not completely in it, you know, or I know so much of myself now that I'm just like, okay, yeah, like maybe I don't love being, I don't like saying it this way because it sounds awful, but like I don't love being mom. You know what I mean? Like can't say it too loud.
I get it. It's so funny.
It's like the responsibility of
subject, but I get it. Yeah.
It's like the responsibility of it all. You know what I mean? And like I'm just such a like go like person anyways, and then like adding on the responsibility of like a newborn and like, you know, dragging around this like sack of potatoes, like, you know, everywhere you go and stuff, and this little person so dependent on you. And but I'll get my fixes, right? Like I still like, I love seeing like little babies and stuff like that. Like they're super precious, obviously. And we have good friends of ours that just had a baby and he's about 5.5 months old. And we saw him yesterday at our friend's cross. And just like the happiest, like smiley, like easygoing baby. And of course that just gets the brain going of like, well, is it really like, would it really be that bad? You know, like would it be that hard? But yeah, I definitely know if I had a second child, that would be the child that has it out for me, you know?
That's true. It's like, just be happy with what you have and just leave it. Yeah. I think maybe because I am a little like, I'm not old, but like, because I'm a little older, and not that I like did so many things like when I was younger. It's not like I've like traveled very much or, you know, stuff like that. Like, I still want to do more of that kind of thing, but I've had a lot of years of like my own goals and stuff, like with work or bodybuilding and stuff like that, that I do feel kind of like, okay, like I'm kind of not like sick of focusing on bodybuilding, but I'm like, okay, it's time. Like, it's time for
focus like, somewhere new.
Yeah. And that's not, I'm not saying like, oh, have a baby just so you have a different thing to do. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I know right now, and like, I'm sure I'll come back and compete, but I'm kind of like, I'm like in a place where I've like done this long enough for now that I'm like good with kind of taking a minute and like focusing somewhere else. And, you know, so I think that's kind of what gives me confidence in that decision, just because like right now I don't have a baby, and I'm still kind of like, I want something else. Like, there needs to be something else just for, a little bit.
Especially like, as we know, like, it's again, like, so go with bodybuilding, and we're so like dialed into, you know, like, we literally like plan out 365, you know what I mean? Like, we're planning shit constantly. So I feel like when that goes and you don't have something else as like a hobby or like a, you know what I mean, just something to pour your time into, it does definitely. And I'm sure that has played a part in some of like the FOMO that you've experienced, you know what I mean? Of like, you know, not necessarily because you want to go through it all or like you want to compete, but it's just like, I'm just not doing anything else, and I see everybody competing right now. So I'm sure that's been like,
and it's a weird thing, because it's like a feeling of seeing other people compete and feeling the FOMO, and like, man, like this kind of makes me want to do it. And then but it's like, but I have the opportunity to do it. Like, there's nothing holding me back right now from it. And like, I can't bring myself to do it. So I'm like, this is not the time. Like, this isn't the time, because like my body, like my brain is literally like, no, don't like, don't do it. You know,
not anytime soon.
So, and that's okay. I think like, it's taken a little bit of time to learn to be okay with that. Which, like, taking breaks is okay.
Absolutely. And if anything, like, it's probably needed more than a lot of us realize, you know, like, I don't know, we're obviously constantly drilled into this mindset of everything is balls to the wall, you know, you just constantly going, you got to eat all the time, you've got to, you know, train all the time, like, there's no break. I mean, obviously, like, we talk about like health phases and like things like that, but it's still all encompassing, like, for the goal of getting back on stage. And like, sometimes just these, like, who knows, you know, should you come back and choose to compete again, like, you'd be like, holy shit, I've never looked like this before, I've never felt like this before, maybe a prep goes smoother, like, there's just there's benefits to taking that time and pouring yourself for a little.
We've seen that happen with I don't remember her last name, but do you remember Brittany? That, I think her name was Brittany, who won Texas.
Oh, yes. Physique. Yes. Yep. So I think she's like, she's out of it for how, like 4 years, I think.
Yeah, she was out of it for 4 years.
4 years.
She came back and won her show, and she's going to the Olympia. Like,
this could be complete misinformation, but that wasn't her pro debut, was it? She already competed as a pro.
I think I want to say she's been to the Olympia before. I also could be wrong, but it wasn't her pro debut. But she had not been. She hadn't competed in 4 years.
Right.
So
that's crazy. And she looked amazing. So
I know.
Yeah.
So that's
her too.
What?
Did you see the women's physique compete when you were there?
Yeah.
You did. Yeah. You were sitting there watching. Yeah. They look freaking insane. Absolutely crazy.
I know.
And then also too, actually, I brought her up last podcast, and she's actually, so last podcast we talked about just like bikini and stuff like that and fit model. We kind of got into like those conversations again. But then like kind of like amongst ourselves, we're like, we don't really know what the hell we're talking about when it comes to bikini. You know what I mean? Like what they're looking for, like all we think of is just cap delts and glute ham tie-ins, but maybe it's so much more than that, and we don't know because obviously we're not involved in it. So we were talking about wanting to get like a pro bikini on, just to kind of, again, just kind of learn for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what is this, like, what does this judging look like? Or what is this, you know, division like really look like what goes into it? And brought up one girl, one woman, who I came across, and not to say that like, I don't know, I don't like bikini physiques, but she's like the first bikini physique I've seen that I've been like, holy shit. Like she's like, she's got it. Like I love her physique so much. Her name's Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Jordan or something. Yeah.
Yes.
But she won
Atlanta. Yes. Yep. Yeah. And I think that was also after like taking some considerable time away, just to figure out like health things and whatnot. So yeah, the long and short of it, like, you know, time off doesn't necessarily mean, you know, a bad thing or regressing or, you know, going backwards at all. You know, obviously it can lead to really good things. 2 women are going to the Olympia after taking some good time off. So
and I think it also depends like the point that you're in, because like, you know, I took 10 years where I was like pretty much like all in, like all of that time. And I was able to grow, you know, like obviously I'm not big enough for certain divisions. Like, you know, right now I'm not quite big enough for like women's physique or something like that. But like, I almost have like the amount of muscle I need kind of regardless where I want to go. And it would need, after time off, it would need like refining. So I guess what I'm getting at is if you're more just starting out at this, you want to stack up like some good amount of time. But if you've been in this and you need a break and you're at like a certain point, like take the break, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like, not even just like for the physical aspects, I'm sure, but like the mental aspects too, you know, of just not, I don't know. And it's like, it's not like all of that stuff goes out the window either. You know what I mean? It's not like you're like an asshole now, or you're just not going to the gym, or you're not, you know what I mean? Like you're still a bodybuilder at heart. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how it's going. I don't know if you're like still weighing meals and stuff like that, but like these things like still carry with you. And I don't know, like it's just and like I feel like I say this like time and time again, like just because you can compete doesn't mean you should compete, you know?
True. Yep.
Anybody can step on the stage, but like if you're not mentally there, if you're not financially there, if you're not physically there, like you don't have to. The stage is always there. Knock on wood, who the frig knows? Bodybuilding might be dead in 5 years, you know, but
that's true. I've literally thought of that when people say, oh, the stage will always be there. I'm like, will it?
Or knock down the closest piece of wood. It not be. How crazy would that be though? Like if it just, I don't know, if it was just completely gone in like 5-10 years or something, or like nobody, like it just wasn't a thing anymore, you know, or it wasn't as popular. And
that'd be so weird. I don't think it's going anywhere, but
I don't think so either. Especially with like how big of an empire it has now. You know what I mean? I feel like it would take a lot for it to go away.
It's huge.
But yeah. So you guys, if I'm not mistaken, and I feel like I always have like foot and mouth when I do the shit like this, but like you guys haven't taken your honeymoon yet, have you?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
So
is that the plan for after?
Yes. So we still haven't quite figured out exactly what we want to do. We've like played around with a few different ideas. I think we're thinking about going like February, March. So just because so he'll be done competing in a week. And then after that is obviously, you know, we have like Thanksgiving and like holidays. We have a wedding to go to in December. So I don't think we're gonna be able to honeymoon like this year. So we're probably gonna save it for like February, March, which March will be our year anniversary for being married. So
that honestly, that sounds really nice.
I think that'll be like a good time. But we want to do something mountainy, kind of like cabin, mountain, like just something chill. But we don't know like exactly what we want. Like, do we want it to be like a resort? Do we just want to get like a really cool like Airbnb?
You know, tree house, like Airbnb thingamajiggies, like in the mountains somewhere, or like these really. I'm like gonna go off. I'm gonna start sending you like all these Airbnbs.
Please do, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I'm like overwhelmed with looking. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too, is like, especially if you don't have like a one thing where you're like, oh, I've always wanted to do this or whatever. It's like, possibilities are endless. You know what I mean? Obviously, like finances come into play a little bit, but like if you're looking to spend like vacation money, you know what I mean? Like the freaking possibilities are endless. Do you go out of the country? Do you stay in the country? Do you do a resort? Do you do your own thing? Do you do a thing where like they plan out like what you're doing, or do you just take it on yourself? Like it's almost like planning your life all over.
At first we were kind of looking at like the all-inclusive resorts, you know, in Mexico or like somewhere like that. And then we kind of like strayed away from that just because sometimes I feel like, not to sound bratty, but like places like that are a little, I guess it depends which one you pick, but could be a little like touristy and
a little too white. A little too American, you know?
Kind of.
Yeah. It's like I literally I could just be doing this back at home. You know what I mean?
Kind of. Like it gives like Disney feels, like kind of like, you know, like you go to like an amusement park and think it's gonna be like amazing, and then you're just annoyed because you're like waiting in line and you're like being rushed, you know, or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. Especially if this is like the big hoorah, you know, the big honeymoon.
Yeah, I think we're more people that wants to do things like on our own time and not have somebody like plan it for us and just kind of like chill and I think that's really, kind of the vibes that we're going for.
That's really what Michael and I have definitely come to the conclusion of. We just it's just for every reason that you're saying, you know what I mean? Like if I wanted to sit around a bunch of white people and drink cocktails and sit at a pool, I would just do that here and not spend the thousands of dollars to do it in a, you know, somewhere really nice or tropical.
In a different country. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's hilarious.
little too white for me, but that's fine.
So funny.
Puerto Rico was really beautiful. Puerto Rico is really nice, and it's obviously so close to you guys. It would be like the flight would be very, very short. And the really nothing was like super expensive there. Like not even like the plane tickets to get down there weren't really expensive. The Airbnb that we stayed at wasn't really expensive at all. Like just in comparison to like what we see here in the States and stuff. Like it was all really, like, I don't know.
It was pretty affordable.
Yeah, absolutely. Super affordable. And you have both this beautiful rainforest, but then you also have beautiful beaches. So it's like you kind of get like in like mountains, like it's just you kind of get like the best of everything, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's of interest, let me know and I can send you some of our
I was gonna say maybe send me, if you can, some like ideas of things that you guys did or whatever. Yeah, that would be cool.
Helping plan Ben and Alyssa's honeymoon. Very exciting.
Yes, please do. Recommendations are welcome. We thought about like a road trip too, like a honeymoon, like I'm trying to think, like doing like a out west kind of deal, like the Red Rocks, and like, you know, you can go like Utah, Arizona, like, you know, that kind of area. I don't know.
We were just talking yesterday with some friends about just like travel and stuff like that, but like kind of places, because we always talk about like get out of the country, go out of the country. It's so beautiful out of the country, but there's so many things here I still have yet to see.
Same.
And like talking about like the redwoods or something like that, and how amazing it would be to see these freaking trees that are like ancient and just like inhumanely tall and just making you feel like the smallest bug on the planet, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like something like that would be so like emotional, you know, seeing something like that. So absolutely, like anything out west, I feel like I haven't really seen much of at all. And obviously very different from what we have here on the east, but that's just making some travels out that way.
Yeah.
I feel like I could not be stuck in a car that long with Michael. I feel like that, but hey, it could be like a good tester. You know what I mean? A good test.
It could. Is he like? How is he in the car? Like, why do you say that?
Honestly, like not bad, but I feel like in tight quarters for like, you know, at least like probably like 12 hours, you know, 12 to 24 hours if we're talking going all the way across the country. I just like, I know us and I know just like how irritated we both get pretty easily. But like honestly, like, he honestly is a really good person to travel with because he's the one, like he enjoys driving. Like that's never like a fight or an argument about like who's driving or anything like that. He'll always be like take over the driving and everything. He's actually a really good driver too.
Good. Yeah.
And I mean, not that it would be bad. I just think like thinking about like a car ride being stuck in like a tin for 12 to 24 hours.
Yeah, it is a lot for me. Anything over like 10 hours is kind of I'm getting pretty antsy about it.
I think the most, it shouldn't have been a 9-hour car ride, but it turned into a 9-hour car ride from here down to freaking Jersey. So Jersey's only like 5-6 hours from us or so. And it turned into 9 hours because obviously I really don't understand why Universe has to be on July 4th weekend. Like, why are we choosing the tri-state area, 4th of July weekends? Dude, I can't tell you how just like painstaking it is to drive from Maine down 495. I know like this means nothing to you, but like the constant, like it's just such a weird thing. So you have to get off of 95 to go onto 495 just to get back onto 95. Like it's just like this stupid convoluted way to get there. And like again, it's always in summertime, so it's always like construction. And I just remember going down for one of my bikini clients a couple of years back, and it was because we stopped once. We stopped once at a gas station just to grab like a snack or something, drink. And every off ramp that we hit after that, one of those like construction vehicles came right up and right in front of us to slow traffic down so they could put cones out and shit.
Oh no.
Literally every off ramp we hit. It was like, okay, we made it through this one after 10 minutes of freaking, you know, going 20 miles an hour. And then the next time we hit, we would see the fucking construction vehicle come up in front of us. And it was like, by like the second or third one, I was just like so squeezed down in my seat, like just not wanting to like deal with his anger and frustrations. Oh, we got some Hunter a little bit.
Gosh, guys. Hi.
Oh.
Holy
hi.
Shit.
Oh my goodness.
Hi.
I swear the universe is like, oh, Hunter's on call. Let's
do it.
Her day.
Oh no.
So
and I hate complaining because I'm like, these people are fighting for their lives.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Check your perspective here.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, damn. I missed my posing session with Christina.
Wow.
And have to go train after this. So.
Dang.
That's definitely. I don't think I fully can grasp like what that's like for you of having like. I'm such a like, if my plan doesn't go how I'm thinking of it in my head, like I have about, you know what I mean? So then to just like, I know I have a posing seminar at 12 o'clock, I'm training at 3 o'clock, then it all just gets fucked up and I have to figure out how to make it work. Like I would just like go into freaking berserk mode.
Yeah, it requires extreme flexibility, that's for sure.
Yeah. How long like whenever you get called in, so like what time did you get called in? And then what time did you, I mean, obviously you just got home kind of. Just now.
I got called in. They texted us at 6:30 this morning. Yeah.
And then it's just like awesome. So there goes my day.
You stay until the work's done.
That's crazy. Wow.
Oh, so that's what you meant. Like I'm on call, meaning like I'm actually like I'm on call, so I may not be able to make it in time. Got you.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, so I see. You don't know like what time you're going to be done, really. Yeah.
Nope. You don't, and they could call me back at any time
and be like, "Hey, we need you back."
Yep.
That's great. How far away are you?
I literally live right across the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's almost like annoying because they're like, "Oh, we definitely can get Hunter. She'll walk right over." You know?
Yeah. It's nice because it's like so we have to respond within 30 minutes. So before, when I was living in Kansas City, I had to drop what I was doing and run.
Yeah.
And even like if I'm at the gym, I have to move my butt.
Yeah.
Like with traffic, like I'm pushing it. But I just live right across the street.
Yeah, that's super easy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. The worst is like I'll get home. The worst is like I'll get home and lay down.
Yeah.
They'll call me back.
No.
That's happened a couple times.
Yeah. And in a prep too, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rough stuff, dude.
Yep.
Well, we bow to you because that is
right? Seriously.
No easy
my brain is not that flexible.
My brain is not that flexible. Hey, I like the bangs, by the way.
Right?
It looks really good on you. It's really flattering.
It is.
Thank you. Really good. I finally went for it. I thought about it the last few times and I was like, you know what? Let's just do it because I want to see something different. And yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you.
I like that.
But yeah, that's
what were you guys talking about before I got on?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell were we talking
about? we were talking about like traveling and you were saying you want to see I don't know. We were talking about road tripping, like, and you were talking about Universe being on 4th of July weekend and your trip that was supposed to be like 5 hours turned into 9 hours because of all the construction
and just pretty much talking like why I don't understand like why they don't move Universe to even like the following July weekend, you know what I mean? Or the weekend before, maybe not the weekend before because it's pretty soon after junior nationals, I think. But why July 4th? Why ruin people's July 4th?
Oh, it's on July 4th?
Yeah, always. It's like July 4th weekend. So July, I think this year it actually was on July 4th because I think July 4th was on a Saturday.
Why would you do that?
That's what I'm saying. Why are we not petitioning to get this moved? Because the 2 times that we've had to go down there. So Michael did it last year, obviously, to get his pro card. And then it was either the year before or the year before that. I went down for a bikini client. And both times it's just like the most, like, to the point where like we might fly there next time if we have to go down there again. Like it's just so obnoxious, like having to it shouldn't be that long and it shouldn't be that obnoxious, but it is. And we get mad every time and it's just not conducive in a small vehicle. So,
I bet.
But no, we were primarily talking about just like traveling, road tripping and stuff, and talking about Alyssa and Ben's honeymoon that they are going to be taking probably next year during their 1-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
And just trying to like talk about so and but yeah, that led into road tripping and talking about like, would we really want to sit in the car for longer than 10 hours?
When I drove here, man, towards the end, I was like,
how long was that?
Because
it's 20 hours, 21 hours.
Yeah. That's rough. Yeah. I did that once too. When I was moving from Colorado back to Florida, I drove and it was like a 24-hour drive. Yeah.
Did you stop at all, Hunter, or was it just like a straight shot?
I stopped halfway and stayed overnight in Colorado.
Nice.
But that's like the halfway point, and it's like 10 hours to Colorado, 10 hours to Vegas. So
yeah,
it was good.
I feel like
after a while, I'm like, God, get me out of this damn car.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like Haley's moving down to Florida. Haley Break, that does the podcast with Jessica.
Oh, really?
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, so I can't remember where she's from, honestly. Somewhere Midwest, I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
And
do we know?
I want to say, I mean, definitely like around us, somewhere from like the 27 to like 30 something age range, I think. But yeah, a lot of people, I feel like everyone's just flocking to these two, Texas and not technically Tampa, but Florida, Texas and Florida, everyone's going.
So Texas has always been like a place where I'm like, I could see myself living there.
Yeah.
In December, I'm going to go out for a week, the week of nationals. I'm going to go out and just kind of
suss it out. Just take a look. Just take a look, see.
Scope it out, you know.
That's exciting.
Yeah, just kind of see.
Yeah.
Get up a little bit. So does your position allow for like is it easy for you to find a job wherever you go?
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
Very demanding field. I mean, we're so short staffed here. So I'm only my position is only per diem. So I am like as needed, and I am needed a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we only have, besides me, there's only 3 other techs in my department, which is very, very small.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. So.
Yeah, so you would have no problem finding something.
Yeah.
And Texas is huge, you know.
And I'm certified in diagnostic X-ray too. So it's like I can go. Yeah.
Do a couple different things.
Yeah.
Well, it's reassuring then for sure. And obviously, like, and especially if it's just you and Peaches, like, I can just pick up my life and go wherever I want, you know?
Yeah.
That's really
unless we find your suitor before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some help.
Maybe he's in Texas. Maybe he's in Texas.
I need a husband. I need to retire. I'm not built for this.
Yeah, for real. For real.
I know.
I'm definitely a girly that's like, why did we ever fight for women's rights?
Right? Like, what the fuck?
Why did we ever say we wanted to work? Like,
that's so funny. I know.
Oh, not to like change subjects, but did you guys discuss the Rising Phoenix top 3 going to Olympia?
No, we didn't.
No, we did not yet. No.
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Let's do it. That. I think that'll be a good cap here.
What are you guys' thoughts?
At first, I think for me, it was kind of like, oh, okay, like this is kind of cool, like doing something a little bit different and shaking it up a little bit and, you know, trying to get more women's bodybuilders into the Olympia. That's super cool. But then like after kind of discussing it with Michael and kind of like talking about like different points and stuff like that, I don't know, I find it a little problematic just with, I don't know. I think it's one thing to like announce like, hey, for women's bodybuilding, we're turning to a point system or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to like, how do I want to say it? Like put kind of, I don't know, asterisks on like specific divisions or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily think that, oh, just because women's bodybuilding is on a point system, everyone has to be on a point system. You know what I mean? Like, there's a slew of more other competitors than there are women bodybuilders. But I think like just to kind of randomly like drop that in there and, you know, be like, hey, you know, to all of the women's bodybuilders that competed this, you know, earlier this year, like, you can go fuck yourselves because, you know, like now we're allowing for the top 3 to go to the Olympics. Like, I don't know. It just, I feel like,
because I mean, what if someone did New York at the beginning of the year, got second, and now we're doing this
at the end of the year? Like, who's it? Like, and you know, and it's such a like bomb drop, like so close. Like, it's not like these girls will have time to be like, oh, cool, okay, like let's prep for it then. You know, like if this had been announced maybe like 3, 4, 5 months ago or something like that, like maybe
that's true. Yeah.
Which kind of makes me think like the reason for doing it is not
genuine.
You know.
I mean, kind of how you worded it of like, is this just a Band-Aid to try and fix your boo-boo? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's kind of what it feels like. But then also, like, I think desperate efforts to try and get women to sign up, because it doesn't sound like there's probably that many signed up to do it. So obviously, if you put out there, hey, if you place top 3, you're going to the Olympia, obviously that's alluring and, certainly can drive up the interest of, people doing the show. But
yeah, I mean, besides Andrea, I
don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. And then also, like, how would you feel to be the second and third place people that are qualified? Like, I would, I don't know, like, I guess, I would take it, but like, you would feel kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
I and I were talking about that, like, just knowing that you didn't make it how everyone else made it.
How everyone else did. And then is everyone going to be there looking at you like, oh, those are the second and the third place girls? Like, they don't really belong here. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And it's just like, that obviously is such a, I feel like, moral dilemma of, especially if someone's never been to the Olympia, like, okay, do I just skip the Olympia because I didn't get it how I should have? And, you know what I mean? And looking back, like, damn, I wish I didn't skip that Olympia. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that's just that's a position to put some ladies in that I don't think is a nice position to put them in.
Yeah, it's very controversial for sure.
Yeah. Have we like seen any? Because honestly, I don't think I've seen much since we talked about it in the group chat. Has there been anything about it? Has anyone seen any sort of like backlash or anything or conversation about it?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't really seen any, but I also haven't really checked out like the comments much on that post. So maybe there's like some juicy stuff in the comments section.
Yeah, I was when we initially shared it, there was only like 2 comments. So I'm trying to go back and see if there's any.
But maybe it's like, you know how when like Classic first came out and Wellness first came out and stuff, they like handed out more pro cards at national shows, like just to kind of like build up those categories. So maybe it's like, I don't know, an attempt at kind of like trying to build it, but it's like, why so sudden and why is it just like a random like thing? I don't know. Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I guess it would be different if it was like any other show, I guess, but for it to be literally the show that said that they don't feel it's their responsibility anymore to support women's bodybuilding and to give the prize money away to other divisions. And then this is what you come up with. Like, it definitely feels very like, I don't know, you're trying to make better, but not in the proper way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's only 18 comments on it, and there's nothing negative.
Yeah, interesting. I'm honestly
kind of weird.
I'm surprised that like Nick Strength and Power or fucking whatever shit is Discord, whatever guy Matt whoever hasn't like picked this up and said anything about it. I mean, we watch Nick Strength and Power pretty regularly, and I haven't seen anything being spoken about it, but. I don't know. I guess we'll see kind of what happens with it. But
yeah, I'm very interested to see.
I think in any other light, or again, if it was kind of announced maybe at the beginning of next year, like, hey, in efforts to try and continue to grow the bodybuilding division, we're going to turn this division into a point system for the Olympia or something like that. Because it's one thing for somebody to do a couple shows and place really well and get to the Olympia based off points versus just this one show, somebody gets second place and they just get to go to the Olympia, you know?
True. Yeah. Yeah. I think if they wanted to kind of like attempt building it back up, like a point system would be okay.
Yeah.
If it's announced like early enough to where it gives people the opportunity to like be able to plan their year out, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, like, I don't know. And this isn't like, I'm just gonna word it how I word it and just know it doesn't come from any sort of like negative place. There honestly like isn't. Yes, women's bodybuilding is the division I think with the least amount of shows, but there's still enough shows to get more than 16 women. You know what I mean? Like if it was like maybe there's 6 shows, 7 shows. Obviously, yes, we need more than 6 or 7 women at the Olympia competing in women's bodybuilding. But like, I think
imagine
that would, yeah. I mean, I think at that point there would be some like reconstruction of like, okay, we need to either, you know, blend women's physique and women's bodybuilding to try and get more athletes in this one division, or but I just like there's already like 14, I think, or 15 of you qualified for the Olympia. So
that's what I was just gonna look up and see.
You have all of your places covered, you know what I mean? Again, if there was only like 6 or 7 of you going, like sure, like let's kind of beef it up a little bit. Let's get some more, because it's, I don't know, I think for the majority of you belong on the Olympia stage. You know what I mean? Like you all have tremendous physiques, you all get in shape. Like I don't necessarily think that there's a female bodybuilder there, obviously, that isn't someone that belongs on that stage, but it's like, who knows who's going to be the second and third place, you know? Like I would think if you're that second or third place winner and you're not kind of at the status of a, you know, Chelsea or a Hunter or an Andrea, and you know what I mean? And like, and then on top of that, you got there from like second and third place winnings. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it could go really south, I guess. But,
yeah. I don't know. Kind of weird. We'll see.
Yeah. When's that show? When's Rising Phoenix? It's coming up in the next few weeks here, right? In September?
No. Oh, is it in September?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess it.
Yeah.
I
think it's the 13th. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, second week in September. So yeah, it's coming up. So we'll know here pretty soon how it ends up going. Well, ladies, I know it was a short one for you, Hunter.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you
thanks for coming on.
Hopping on anyways. You literally did not have to. You know what I mean? Like you could have just done your stuff and gone to the gym, but you decided to hop on for a little bit. So we appreciate you so much.
Yeah. You guys, will we all be back next week?
I hope so. I hope we can figure it
out. Oh wait, hold on. Tomorrow, next week is.
It is the Florida. So Ben's competing this coming weekend at the Florida Pro show. Florida Pro.
Yeah, and that's Saturday. Yeah. Well, Sunday, I know I should be back.
True that.
Because I'm thinking it's far, but it's not. It's only like a 2-hour drive, so I should be back Sunday if we still keep it at 5. So. Yep. It should be good. I'll let you know if anything changes, but it should be okay.
Definitely let me know, but don't like feel the pressure too. Obviously, it's the last show of the season. You know, obviously depending on how it goes, I'm sure you guys want to celebrate and stuff. And
we'll see.
But
I'll be here next Sunday. I'm good.
Cool. Yay! All right, my ladies. Well, Hunter, I hope it is a good. What do you got today? What are you training?
What's that?
What are you training?
I have arms.
Arms. Oh, that's not too bad.
That's a fun, like,
it'll be good.
One.
Yeah. Honestly, I do feel like arms is not my favorite, but especially in a prep, like the best workout.
It's so nice because it's like
so
quick.
Nice.
You get a good pump.
And I got a good pump. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I hope that goes well for you, my lady. And we'll chat in the chat.
For sure. All right.
Bye, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. You too.
Bad bitch, I'm a